Hey, it's Shop Talk, baby. This is the show where it's okay to be you. We're talking from Yale to jail and from the church house to the pimp house. Nothing's excluded on Shop Talk. So if you don't have a phone, I suggest you borrow one. Call in and voice your opinion live every Saturday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Yeah, that's right, 10 a.m. to 12 noon. Don't forget to Shop Talk with your girl, because right here, we keeps it real. Good morning, and welcome to Shop Talk with Mel. It's your girl Mel, added one more Saturday. As long as we can ride this ride, we're going to ride this ride, okay? Today's guest is Miss Najeebah Muhammad and friend. And I'm going to ask her to unmute her microphone at this time so we can go ahead and get started with the show. I asked Najeebah to be on the show just to give you a brief background. I know that she has lots of experience in dealing with the community and the needs of our community. Are you guys able to hear me okay?
Yes.
All right, all right. So she agreed to come on, so I am excited that she is on. Let's give her and Georgiana a Shop Talk welcome. I love my antics, it's hilarious. All right, I do know where you are assisting and servicing at this time, and I want to put this out here. Servicing and to service someone is definitely a gift. A lot of people look at it as, oh, okay, oh, they're just helping somebody, because people look at like even your kitchen workers, and when you think of service, you think of the church and volunteer, but it definitely is a calling to service the community. So I thank both you ladies for doing the job that you actually do, okay? Hello? Y'all talking? What's going on? Y'all like sitting there like,
good morning. Good morning.
Y'all was sitting there like, okay, wait, that now. It's me, Jimmy, it's me.
Much is given, much is required.
Now, isn't that the truth? That's the truth. That's a lot of responsibility though, too. You sit there like, okay, this is what I want. What I gotta do? What? Like, do I really want much? Or can I just go with the mediocre? Right. All right, so thank you, ladies, for coming on. And like I was explaining earlier, for the listening audience and for those who are watching, thank you for tuning in. We truly appreciate you. Let me put this phone number out here right now. If you want to call in and voice your opinion live, or even to text, and I won't put your name out there, okay? The phone number here is 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287. I appreciate you ladies for coming on, because I know that it has to be hard. And I'm on this side, the outside looking in, to see the work that is needed and required actually for our people. How is it? Let's start with the children first, and then we'll get into what you guys do 9 to 5, 8 to 4, whichever, you know what I mean? How do you, that's the question. How do you come to or present or reach out to the youth today? And the reason I say youth, I'm talking 20 and under. How do you approach them?
Well, we're seeing we're seeing that a lot of younger girls are getting pregnant now during the pandemic season, because everything was shut down. There was nothing to do except, you know, the oldest thing in the world, to have fun. And so we're seeing a lot of younger girls getting pregnant, like 16, 15, and things like that. And so what needs to be done, someone needs to talk to them about, hey, there's nothing wrong with asking the guy to wear a condom. There's nothing wrong with, if you know you're going to be sexually active, have that conversation with your mother. You know, hey, I need to get on birth control. Do not be afraid. Break that cycle. Just because your mother had you when she was young, break that cycle. You know, have a conversation with them. And if you're not having that conversation, you find yourself pregnant, go to the doctor. Do not hide it. And that's where we come in.
Okay. All right. For the listening audience, they are at a local coffee house. So if you hear some background noises, that's what that is. All right. Just want to put that out there. But how do you approach someone? What if they're not pregnant? They're just on the regular everyday, like you just go to the grocery store, you see that there's a need. How do we, that's what I'm trying to learn. How do we approach someone? Or let's say someone, here's another one, part B, someone is pregnant. Do you just go up to them like the politicians? Yeah, no, just like go up and be like, hey, go ahead.
Georgiana and I really don't have a problem with meeting people that are pregnant. or talking to teens, because I have had, let me see, my youngest client was 14 and she was pregnant with twins. So, you know, her mom was just looking at the outlook of, okay, I got a 14-year-old, she about to have 2 more kids that I have to take care of because she's not 18. Realistically, we have to stop sweeping things under the rug and have a conversation, because 9 times out of 10, the kids had had a conversation anyway. You know, they're having
with each other.
Right. They're having conversations about sex, and they're not getting birth control. And right now, the best birth control is out in the world. You know, my mom was like, I wish I had birth control when I was pregnant with you. But, you know, it's a little different from what they had in 68, 69, 70 to what they have right now. You know, there's all kind of birth control out there. And if you sleep on it, you're going to be pregnant. But there's nothing else you can say about it. That's just real talk.
That
And
is
me,
true.
we don't have a problem with, if someone's pregnant, we see them at the grocery store and we see them at the gas station. We see them just walking down the street. We'll stop and we'll be like, hey, are you with the program? Are you with the pregnancy program? And if they say no, we explain our program and we get them signed up for our program, because our program has a lot of wonderful things. The most
Okay, one second on that. Just pin that right there. Let me allow these ladies to introduce themselves and tell you exactly what they do, and then we'll go ahead into it. Najeebah, you want to go first?
That's fine. My name's Najeebah Muhammad Butler, and I am a CHW for Alta Behavioral Health. I've been working with the agency for over 3 years and been working with the infant mortality program connected with the hub. And our hub is the Mahoning County Health Department. And we have been working with them for years right now, trying to assist moms who are pregnant. And it doesn't matter what your age is. Please don't come to me and you 50 like me. But it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter your age. But we're trying to reduce the risk of infant mortality, because when we started, we had over 20% of the African-American babies being born not making it to the age of 1. So one of the things that we started to do was reduce the stress in reference to babies.
Okay, and Georgiana?
My name is Georgianne Bell, and I am also a community health worker with Alta Behavioral Health in the infant mortality program called the Baby Bump. I've been with Alta for 1 year. I moved down from Cleveland. Before I was with Alta's pregnancy program, I worked in the Cuyahoga County School District with Mom's First program, which is for high school and middle school students who were pregnant.
Okay, what got you both interested in working with moms to be?
Well, both of us are social workers, because I worked in the state of Georgia for 19 years as a supervisor in investigations. So we have worked with the community, but one thing that I find when you're working with someone, you start to know them. And Georgianne and I work together because we both have empathy for the women we work with. We're not telling them nothing that we cannot achieve. Okay, so we don't give them pipe dreams. And we get to the source of, are you happy pregnant? Was this a mistake? What's going on with you? And I mean, that's the beginning of our conversation, because we need to help people. If you don't have things for your baby, we're going to help you get them.
Okay. Being that we are listened to worldwide, which is a blessing, is Alta other places besides just in the, Mahoning County, or is this just like an Ohio thing? Do you guys have that information?
Well, we have several offices. We have an office in Cortland. We have Austintown. We have over on the east side of McCartney.
Everybody that's listening don't know where those streets are.
Oh, I'm sorry. They're in Ohio. I'm sorry. They're in Ohio. And they're, Youngstown,
Trumbull County. We're in Trumbull
and
County.
Trumbull County. So that's Mahoning County and Trumbull County.
Okay, so Alta. Now I'm familiar with the Alta Head Start, and is that just Ohio too?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so it's just Ohio. So I think that's a great program. Yeah, me being aware, look, of the Head Start program because of the billboards are everywhere. I have yet to see billboards, or maybe I'm not riding on the right side of town, or are we still, and I'm just gonna put it out there, still discriminating off of what side may have more teen pregnancy than others? Because I do know when I went to school, they were saying most of the predominantly Black schools had a lot of teen pregnancies, and I went to a predominantly white school, and it was going down over there, but nobody was saying anything. I'm like, wait a minute. So
and that's what I find out in statistics, they really don't speak up about what's really going on. Right now, we do not have any billboards with the infant mortality program listed that I've seen, but we are also in partnership with the health department, the hub, and other sister agencies.
Now you say the hub. What is the hub?
The health department, the Mahoning County Health Department is our hub because we have sister agencies who do the same thing that we do.
Okay, I am aware. Is that Goalie?
No, Michelle Edison.
Okay.
Michelle Edison is over our program with the health department.
Okay, because I know like down there they had some they have where people will, you know, if they were pregnant, they needed assistance in like what is it called? It's been so long. Playpens? Is that? Look, I'm like,
Pack and plays.
Yeah, there you go. I'm like, it's been so long.
Pack and plays, right?
Oh, you're a grandmother now. Come on.
But that's it, grand. I get to chill. I'm like, what is that called? The swing. And you know, like the old swings, you know, used to wind them up. This new thing is like click one, it got music and everything. I'm like, you can Bluetooth the music to the swings.
Right.
I said, oh, so it's a whole new thing. So with your program, if I know someone who is having a child and she doesn't want to tell her parent, how does that work?
We're gonna have to have a conversation because you have to tell your parent because you can't sign documents until you're 18. That's the first thing. The second thing is we can help a child tell their parent.
Mm-hmm.
And what occurred was East High School had a child that was pregnant and they wanted me to assist them because she was always sick.
Okay.
And she was always sick and they called and, you know, she told the secretary that she was pregnant and she was scared. So in leaving some flyers at the school, she called me and she asked me if I could help her. Mm-hmm. So I did meet her when she went home that day. And we did have a conversation with her mom and her mom was very upset because she said, I'm your mom and you can't tell me. But sometimes you just need support. A lot of women don't have that support that we initially had when we were growing up. When we had support, it was support of your neighbors, support of your aunt, support of your grandmother. You know, we had that kind of support. These days, people don't even have neighbors because there's no houses. So
it's an empty lot. Oh, it's over there, right?
Oh, dang. No, but these days, you know, that's true. So, and relationships are different because moms will say, don't tell me nothing about my child. Don't talk to my child. It took a village to raise us when we were younger. And now that so many things are going on, the village needs to come back. You know, you can't see a child do something and turn your head.
Yeah, that's the problem. That's the problem. And that's a whole nother story, but I'm gonna start it anyway. Yes, turning your head and you know your child is doing something. You know your child, listen here. And these are my own statistics, and let me say, and the views of males, not the views of the guests on Shop Talk with Mel. Okay, so we're clear. There's not, you know, when you have a child, if your child is gonna be a doozy or not. I mean, really, You know, even, and you know, if your child is out here selling drugs, you know, if you don't know, somebody in the family know. So why don't you be like, okay, well, I'm about to turn you in, you need to stop, you know, redirect. Now, you know, some parents try, and I'm not gonna lie, they try to do what they can do, and the child just does what they want to do when they're adults. But I'll be John Brown, and shout out to you, I'll be Tito Brown. If I'm gonna let you, like, you have these young people coming in these neighborhoods scaring homeowners away.
Right.
That's a lot. So I was happy when Tito actually said, that's the mayor of Youngstown, Ohio, when he was focusing on our elderly, our homeowners, because those are the ones that are truly invested. And I'm gonna be real, because some, you know, they hop, bounce, I'm moving to Atlanta, I'm moving to Columbus, come back, the whole nine. But your homeowners, they need to be safe. And why should I have to sit here and give up my house that I paid for to get another house payment in the suburbs to feel safe? It should not be. So when you said your neighbors, and we like empty lala, yeah, we know few. I'm sure we all know someone who owned their home and their children said, no, mom, dad, you need to come with me because it's safer, and they let the home go, but that was theirs. And especially with elderly, and I know we're talking about infant mortality, with elderly, they have to hold on to what they can hold on to, or they lose themselves, and then eventually just deteriorate. Now, I got that out. So when you talk about being underage and pregnant, once they have the child, this is where my confusion is. Once they have the child, they are, let me put it this way, working in the ER, emancipated, because they're able to, they are able to sign for the child to be seen.
No, ma'am.
Now, see, that's interesting, because I worked in the ER and for a lot of years, and there were parents, once they became parents, and they were underage, that parent, that 16-year-old was able to sign for treatment for her infant. And see, that's where, that's why I was asking, like, wait, hold on, how does that work? Because we ran into that, and that was back in 2000, I think it was so 21 years ago. And it was like, whoa, you know, once she came back, and then, you know, we had to call the whole nine. And then once she had a child, you know, she was responsible for that child, so that child could be seen, and she didn't have to be over the age of 18. I mean, we have to treat the baby, you know what I mean? But then you're like, who's going to be responsible?
Right.
So that's why I was wondering, like, how does that work? Like, I'm gonna look into it a little bit more now. Look, 21 years later, but I do remember that.
Right, but at the age of 15, 16, you are not an adult. So you cannot promise anyone that you're going to make payment on anything in reference to a child. You have to go to that child's parent of the mom. So the birth mom may be 14, she can't sign documents for her baby. Her mother would have to sign documents for her baby because she's under the age of 18. You cannot commit to the financial. You cannot commit to financial.
And they live on their own, because she was able to live on her own. It was a whole emancipation thing.
Yeah, now if she's emancipated, yes.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But some of the women who are not emancipated can't do anything like that. No. And that's why we have to struggle. We talk with moms all the time who have women who are just having babies, because it becomes their responsibility. You have a mom that has 4 children, her daughter has 2. She has 6 children. So, yeah, you know, it's her responsibility. And, you know, it's bad because our women in our statistics, our women are the highest ranked for going through such things. Like within our program, we help with diapers, housing, rent,
transportation. That's one of the biggest problems, because Youngstown only has one hospital that delivers babies, and that's not in the inner city. We know that's out in the suburb. If you don't have a car, the father of your baby don't have a car, your mother don't have a car, how are you going to get to the hospital to deliver this baby? So that's one of the things that we provide. We provide transportation to doctor's appointments, to the hospital, to the grocery store. So you don't have, that's one of the headaches that you do not have. And we all know why St. E's Mercy Health moved to Boardman. We all know. We may want to keep it quiet, but we all know the reason why they moved their maternity ward there. Northside wasn't supposed to close.
Okay, so in our area, in Youngstown, Ohio, we do have one hospital, so you have no choice. So if you don't like the way you're treated, you just got to suck it up, buttercup, and deal with it unless you go to the outskirts. But I have noticed, even though, you know, having that issue, there's other places since COVID hit and the vaccination mandate, they're closing down their maternity wards as well because there's nurses that are refusing to get it. But that's another topic.
Follow me on that one. Okay.
We had one participant who decided to give birth at home because she did not want to go to the hospital to deliver her baby. And a lot of women are taking that option.
So midwives are back?
Yes. Midwives are back. Yes.
Oh, yay! Yay! Now that's some support. Now you said that the infant mortality rate, I want to talk about that. You were saying that there are a lot of children who are dying before the age of 1 year old.
Correct.
Why?
Well, we're trying to make sure that the mom is meeting the needs of the baby. And that's part of the infant mortality program. We're making sure that the moms go to the doctor, the moms are taking prenatal vitamins, they're trying to eat healthy. You know, we ask them about support. You know, it's hard for a 14 or 15-year-old not to have a relationship with the mom, not to have a relationship with just anyone. You understand what I'm saying? And I just couldn't imagine me being pregnant and not talking to my mom about me and my baby, you know? So we deal with that a lot, but in our statistics, we find that 14%, is it 14%? 14% of the babies that are born die. Yep. And that's a high rate for the state of Ohio.
Mahoney County is one of 9 counties in Ohio that has the largest mortality rate.
Wow.
Third world countries are living longer.
Now that's different. That changed. That really changed. The thing.
In 2019, Mahoney County was the 3rd highest in the state of Ohio.
And you think that's from like malnutrition or SIDS or all of the above? SIDS, malnutrition, not all being able to. Above. Okay, man, that's terrible.
And it also depends on drug usage, because a lot of moms who get pregnant don't follow through with prenatal, you know, shots, just a lot of things that they do not do, and the babies are unhealthy.
Now that's true. That's true, because there are a lot who don't like the prenatal vitamins. They say it makes me sick. And it's like, okay, you gotta suck it up for your baby. Just remember, it's not you, it's about the baby now. I will agree with you regarding the drug usage, because it's starting younger. I'm shocked, actually, you know, being in there and seeing it directly, to see how many young people are on drugs. And back when I was younger, it was like older people, like it wasn't us. You know, it's like, oh, and you've seen just a few, it's just taken over. So it's an epidemic with the drug situation. Now, what about when you say your support, they're not able to talk to their parents? I do know several who aren't able to talk to their parents because maybe mom or dad was out there on drugs and they were raised by grandmother, and they saw how hard grandmother had it or granddad had it trying to raise them, and they didn't want to disappoint. Is there a hotline or a phone number they can call you ladies, and then you can kind of smooth it out before they get home? You know,
you're trying to start us in another business.
Might as well. Might as well.
Well, yes, there is, but we deal directly with the hub and directly with Dr. Hill's office for our
Dr.
referral.
Hill, OBGYN.
OBGYN.
Okay.
Because Dr. Hill will make sure that our clients are getting what they need. And a lot of women who have babies can't even do their 6-week assessment and try to get their tubes tied. Because
St.
Lady
Elizabeth
Elizabeth.
Hospital does not, Mercy Health Hospital does not tie tubes.
Yeah, no, they don't. No, they don't. And
So
you,
if
hello. No, they don't.
So if you didn't had 4 kids already and you want to have your tubes tied and they tell you, I'm sorry, I don't do that, you have to make an appointment someplace else to do that. By the time in 6 weeks and you're back to work, you don't want to take off any more time to have that done. You know, you have other worries. How am my rent going to get paid? How am I going to get food on the table? How am I going to take care of these kids? You know?
So
Just-
now tell me this. You said rent. There's a certain criteria, I'm sure, that they have to meet before you assist with rent. Do they have to be almost evicted or evicted?
No, we work with, we just got with the YWCA of Youngstown, Ohio, and they have a wonderful program where they're helping our pregnant women with their rent and finding new housing, because that's another problem why babies are dying, because of housing, substandard housing and things like that.
Okay.
And so the YWCA has partnered with the hub to work with our pregnant women in terms of helping them pay rent or find new housing.
Okay. Let me see. Let's go with, we're going to go to a question or a comment. Okay. We've got several for you, lovely ladies. Let's see here. We have, okay. Madonna said, promiscuity is the problem. If these young girls need to know their bodies, many of them don't know what ovulation is. Do you guys offer education on ovulation with Ulta, or do you direct them to in the right direction?
Well, most of our women, we try to make sure that they're with an OBGYN and they
Okay.
get themselves checked out, because they're already starting on their cycle. So when you're on your cycle, you should always get checked within a year. So they should be checked. And then when it comes to ovulation and pregnancy, or if they're sleeping with someone, we start with birth control, because that mom needs to notify the doctor that she wants her daughter on birth control. It's too easy to get pregnant. I mean, you can get pregnant drinking coffee these days. It's
Right.
too easy for a woman to get pregnant. And if you're not educated on anything, you're slipping, because our society has set up so much where you can just Google it on your phone. So if you want to know about it, you know?
Okay, I do want to ask you, here's a question for you ladies. I was 23 when I got pregnant and still afraid to tell my mom, so I can't imagine being 14, 15 telling her. It's scary. So she was an adult. And she also asked, do you guys help assist with rent with mothers who have small babies? Or is it you have to go through the entire program?
You have to be pregnant in order for the Y to help you. But there are several organizations here in Youngstown that will help with the rent. You can always go to Catholic Charities. Youngstown has some wonderful social service programs that you have to be diligent and make those phone calls and stay on them.
Okay.
Only deals with women who are pregnant.
Okay.
And they have to also be mindful that these programs are to assist. Don't set it up like that's a monthly foundation for you.
Oh, I hope not.
You know what I'm saying?
You're gonna bottom out. The cup gonna be empty if that's the case. The cup will be empty. For my listening audience, along with the viewers, please visit the website www.altacaregroup.org, baby bump program. Okay. All right. And today's guest is Najeebah Muhammad and Georgiana. I said it right here.
Yes.
I want to get fancy with it, the way it's spelled.
Georgiana.
Yes,
Bell.
Georgiana.
Georgiana Bell.
There you go. Yes, so I do know that we talked about the health department in a Youngstown city. I met, like I said, Goldie. That's why I asked whether you were Goldie.
Right, we worked with Goldie before, yes.
Okay, yeah, amazing. She helped my daughter, and when she was with child, well, she still is with child. She look forever now. So look at Nick. For the lovely people, Nick, this is my co-host. She is the voice of the city, so definitely wanted her in on you guys' segment because she keep us up on what's happening in the area, okay? And keep it 100 too. She definitely does. Keep it 100. Sometimes I'll be like, oh, I gotta ding the bell on her sometime. I'm like, oh, what's the phone
God's
number?
still working on me now. God's still working on me.
Yes, we praying. What's the phone number if someone has more questions?
Well, they can either email us at the email you just gave, or they can call the office, which is 770-7. Let me give you the correct number. 330-623-1633.
Okay. All right. Cool. Baby.
Baby bump.
Say that one more time so I can repeat it.
330-623-1633, and that's the baby bump program. And they can just explain what they need, and we can try to meet them with their needs.
Cool beans. Now, have you seen? You said I think it was Georgiana.
Yes,
Georgiana. There we go. That said, since the pandemic has occurred, more people have become pregnant because there wasn't nothing else to do. I have a COVID grandbaby. The end of the month, so I agree. I concur. Yes, my daughter. I guess she ain't had nothing else to do either when they stopped the classes. All the colleges are closed. Hey, let's find something else to do.
My buddy alone.
Kathy, you said you've seen more. I know back in, I want to say 89, 90s, it was like a big boom. You remember, Nick?
Mm-hmm. Yes,
like
the big baby boom.
Yeah, then it came to, you had a big space. And then like, I noticed that this generation now, they're trying to live their best life, be Instagram models and everything else. They're not trying to have children. And now, since the COVID came, everybody's pregnant again. I ain't gonna say everybody, because don't drink the water. Don't drink the water. Let me ask this. Have you found where young ladies, or have you ever received a call where young ladies are trying to rid the pregnancies?
Are trying to
rid the pregnancies.
No, a lot of our women, that's what I find very shocking with our women. A lot of our women, they want to have these babies. They want to have their baby. For some reason, they think that this child, they can do better with this child. This child is going to keep that man for me.
You know I was about to say, keeping nigga babies don't work.
He's gonna be there with me, or this is what he wanted. He wanted this baby, so I'm going to try to make him happy. 9 times out of 10, when you ask the women, was this a planned pregnancy? They tell you no. And they said, but I'm okay with that. And when you ask them, were you on birth control? What is that? I don't believe in birth control.
And I get that a lot. There's a lot of women who don't believe in birth control, but they're trying to have a baby to make their situation better and raise the child better than their parents raised them. And for me, if you don't have an education, how are you trying to have a baby and you're trying to look at it like you're going to be a great parent and raise your baby different than the way you were? You may love that baby, but you need other things to continue to raise that baby properly. And we talk to our clients a lot about, do they want to go back to college? Do they need help getting their GEDs? You know, and I had a young lady tell me the other day that she's a manager at McDonald's and that's where she's going to stay. And she didn't graduate high school. And I said, well, you should still try to further yourself and get your, you know, at least get your GED. And she told me that she makes almost $42,000 a year, and that's enough for her.
Wow.
And I mean,
just
there's nothing I
top.
can say.
And just top off it there, like this is it. So that's her max.
So with us,
That's
there's
cool.
nothing else that we can say about it because she's already told me where she stands. So there's no sense in continuing to talk to her about that when I come to her home. Now I talk to her about other things. Maybe has she had her 6-week checkup, or you know, does she need anything, and she's going to continue to breastfeed? Because a lot of women don't understand that breastfeeding is furthering your child's health, because you know,
Builds up
your baby,
immunity.
correct, is helping your immunity. And with COVID, you need everything you can get. Okay, I'm echinacea down.
And my thing is, I talk to my participants. Are you reading to the baby? You know, are you reading to yourself? Even though you're pregnant, you know, read to the baby. And, you know, because babies who hear words have a better chance when they go to school. You know, they have a better, you know, and Youngstown, I don't know what happened. I really don't know what happened. Our graduation rate is, I know when I was in school, I wanted to walk across stage. That was my whole goal. I wanted that. And nowadays, they're like dropping out. Like, and I'm like, well, what do you want to do? They want to be STNAs. I don't see nothing wrong being an STNA. Someone has to do it. Someone has to do it. But if you want to be an STNA, go that farther. Be a nurse. Work in a dialysis center. Do something.
Right.
You know,
I was an STNA, so there's nothing wrong with that.
no, there's
but
nothing wrong with that.
Don't stop it. Like you said, don't stop there.
That's right.
But
Like,
you gotta remember, a lot of women have over 2, 3, 4, 5 children, and it would be hard for them to go back to school without the support of their family or their children's father. So for me, I understand that, but yet and still, you have to present yourself in a way that you want to move forward. In life, we all should grow. I
Right,
should be in the same spot that I'm in next year. You understand what I'm saying? And
right.
next year will be my 35-year class reunion, and we were just talking about how many people who have passed away recently.
It's terrible.
Right.
It's terrible.
But it's like you have to set goals, and once you set those goals, put a sticky on the refrigerator. Try to do it within. Try to do small things and hit those goals, and then when it comes to big things, you're gonna already be there.
I do not own the rights to the music being played. That is at the coffee house that they are at. Okay, long as look, I don't want them sitting there getting rid of me. Listen, Jojan.
And show your kids that, you know, you can move forward. They don't have to stop here. Move forward, do something, you know, get them involved. Youngstown has plenty of activities where you can get them involved. Harambe dancing. I know nobody wants to go to church anymore, but the church is where we, as African Americans, is where we learn how to speak in front of people, how to act, you know, get them involved. You know, if you don't belong to a church, I mean, there's the Boys and Girls Center. Get your kids involved so they'll know there's other things to do besides making babies and having babies.
Right. Now, I will say this to add on to the church thing. I think more youth will be interested in church if the teachers, and I have to say that, were they were able to talk to the teachers, or more relatable. You know what I mean? You had your, like with the Sunday school, the Bible study, all that. You'd be like, okay, who's heading? That was my thing. Who heading the Bible study today? Okay, am I going as a child? But Sunday school, I had to go regardless, and we had a good time. I'm like, so that's.
I
Go
will
ahead.
say, I had the most wonderful experience growing up in Sunday school. I had teachers such as Lillian North, Reverend Gina Thornton. I had those women.
Put your church out.
New Bethel Baptist Church, 1507 Hillman Street, Youngstown, Ohio, where our pastor is, the great KL Simon.
All right. All right.
Pastor Claudio as our founder, you know,
Yes.
he's dead and gone. But those laid the foundation. Those women, I stand on their shoulders. And, you know, I stand on their shoulders. Like I said in the beginning, to whom much is given, much is required. And they gave a lot for me. My mom, my aunts, everybody gave a lot for me. So I have to spread the wealth. I can't keep my fingers balled up and can't give it out. I have to spread them so it can come in and I can give out.
Yeah, give out, open that, release it so you can
That's
receive.
what I like about the Baby Bump program. We give knowledge. We push these women. We tell them, hey, just don't stay in here. You didn't have this baby. Come on, go farther. And I got on my one woman. Her dude is in jail. She calling, making sure he okay, and she just had a baby. I'm like, use that same energy that you're using on him for
On
this
that man,
kid.
for the baby.
Push, make sure he gets to the doctor, make sure you're doing this and that. You know, everybody needs a man, but hey,
I don't need one locked up. That's a liability.
Thank you.
A dependent, another dependent. Can I claim you? If I could claim you, then we can talk.
Right.
Like, this is different. It's really different, but you are absolutely right. You're hitting the nail on the head. And yes, they will line up on visitation day. It's crazy. They will put money on those books like a bill. Listen, the phone bill won't get cut off, and his little monthly payment won't get cut off. Now, if you was doing your doing, I was with you, you out here slanging, doing your thing, you got some money put away, I will give you your money back, but I'm not giving you my money. Not working. And then you got people who get cussed out by their boyfriends who are locked down. Ladies, please wake up. You could, yes, they do. They will write them and curse them out. I told a young girl, no lie, she was out. She was like, and he's gonna say this. And I said, you have the control. She said, huh? I said, throw the letter away. How am I'm not gonna read myself and get cussed out. But what you know, I'm cussing myself out because I'm reading the letter that he wrote. Crazy. Throw that away. Don't receive nothing. They're in there. Let it go. They need you more than you need them. And I'll tell people, if just like Ms. Bell said, invest in your baby, not your man.
And your older children, because you have women who are writing these jailmates and they are not even reading to their children. You have 5-year-olds got to stay in kindergarten because they don't know their letters. Concentrate on educating your children before you continue to re-raise a grown man. It's not going to change. You understand what I'm saying? If you have these same behaviors and you haven't been to jail twice, baby, you're not going to change. So you just stay there, because I don't put money on people's book.
And guess what? 9 times out of 10, that same man got about 3 or 4 other women taking care of him.
Put money on their books.
Correct. But it's sad that our children are going through this, and it's just a generation, and it's sad because we were educated better than this. You understand what I'm saying? If I was on my porch and my neighbor saw me with a boy or talking to a boy and she knew my mom wasn't home, baby, when my mom got home, we was gonna have a conversation because she had called my mama at work. You understand what I'm saying?
So she didn't came over and asked that boy to
leave. Right. Because everybody in our village was our parents. You understand? We had to respect them as such. So the children are missing the mark when it comes to respect, because I hear children cussing, you know, and talking about them like their mom. And you don't have to pray on that thing, because I'm so blessed that I had a great relationship with my grandmother. Me and my mom are like best friends, and she's never heard me cuss.
Good. Like, how do you do that? That's disrespect. Like,
but I can't say that everybody that I graduated with or whatever is experiencing the same thing. That's crazy. Because I was raised as a Muslim. So that was a firm disrespect for you to disrespect your mom, your dad, anybody older than you without saying yes, ma'am, and no, ma'am. So, you know, we had to learn that. So a lot of people are forgetting the way that they were raised and the way that they treated their adult people in their life.
true. Let me go to a viewer. Goalie said we have to have a healthy mom to produce a healthy baby.
Yep, and that's what we're trying to do with the baby bump program. With also, we make sure that they get to the doctor. We make sure that they have, if they say they don't have food, we make sure that they have healthy stuff to eat. We make sure that if they're not connected to a home to a doctor's office, we'll make those phone calls. That's what I like about Dr. Hill. Dr. Hill will see a patient. He will see a patient, you know.
Okay.
That's what we need, you know, healthy moms.
Now, not just physically, mentally, what do you do for that? Do you guys have counseling available?
We do send our women to counseling, either for grief or just somebody to talk to. And we do have an art therapy program that we would just be starting to work with. And
you said an art therapy?
Art therapy, yes.
Oh, awesome, awesome.
So the women will connect with the therapist. The therapist will help them with color. They may tell me, well, Najeebah, purple is your color. And I may say, you dang right, where the crayon at? I mean, you know, they may just talk to you about that color that does something for you. There's different ways to touch these women, and we're trying to reach out to them.
Awesome. Okay, one more time, if you would like to email these ladies or visit the website, get all the information that you need. It is www, yes, I said www, Nick, Alta Care Group, CARE group.org, O-R-G, Baby Bump Program. You can also call the phone number at 330-623-1633. Again,
hey, Melanie, there's another number they can call, 330-793-2487. And that's the office, and they can ask for Georgianne or myself.
Awesome. Georgianne, listen at this. I know you. I met you.
Oh, we do? We know each other?
Uh-huh. And I'm going to take you back. I'm not going to name the school, but somebody...
I'll name it.
No.
You're the nurse. You're the nurse. You're the nurse. And you're also in my niece's
yes.
Yeah. Girl group.
I know her. I know her. And then when you said the last time, I was like, ha, yes. Yep. Well, good to see you again.
Come back here. Yep. Small world.
Yep.
I thought that was you.
It was like, who's that? But I will say this, Najeebah, when you said about the neighbors and our neighbors and, you know, the people in our neighborhood, everybody knew everybody. I had like the best babysitter. You got to be careful with your, who watch your children nowadays, but I had the best babysitter. Her name was Tan. Shout out to you, Tan. And that's how I met Najeebah. Because I used to go, she would take me everywhere. She went skating, I was skating. That's how I was rolling. That's how I roll now. Still volleyball practice, you know, taking me up there. Shout out to Aunt Red. How about that? She ended up becoming my aunt, Henrietta. Right, she was the coach and she ended up becoming my aunt, you know. So it was just like a small world, but I had somebody who took me with her and she was pretty cool because that's how I met the lovely Najeebah. I met Charlene, you know, was it Lisa, you know what I mean? Still to this day, it's like,
Old school, yes. Old school friends. And matter of fact, we're meeting today to talk about our 35-year class reunion.
see what I'm saying? And little Mel was right there.
Right, right. You know what I'm saying? And it's the relationships. I mean, we've been friends for, let me see, we've been out of high school, next year be 35, but we've been friends 7 years prior to that. So we've been friends over 40 years. And
Yeah.
nothing has changed. So these young women need those relationships.
But they don't have friends. Nick,
They
don't, I don't want to say they don't, yes, I'm gonna say it. I don't think they know how to be friends because everybody is for self.
Right.
And that's the difference. Nick, you want to weigh in on youth? Well, they're adults now, but friends, girls being friends with girls.
Yeah, that's kind of null and void now, because like you said, everybody's for self, or it's a lot of jealousy involved. This one might have something that this one want, or a man that this one want. And you know, it's a lot of backbiting and backstabbing now with these young ladies versus when we grew up. We generally, because I still, and people they kind of like misinterpret the word friend. Listen, you don't have to be up somebody's behind 24/7 to be a true friend. I have a friend, my best friend that I grew up with. She has her set of friends and people that she be with. I have mine. We don't hang together like that, but you know, but if I got something going on, she's there. We've been friends since she was 5 and I was 4.
Okay. So kind of like,
yeah, you don't have to be on the phone with that person 24/7. And you know, they don't have to know all of your business, but I guarantee you, if you need that person, they will be there for you. That's a real friend. Everybody else is just associates.
listen, I don't know. This alliance, remember it used to be an alliance, like you didn't do this, you know, certain things you just didn't do. Everybody is for self. But listen, I gotta have you ladies back on. That is Najeebah and Jajan Bell.
All right, but we also have a safe sleep program, and we have
a safe sleep or stay sleep.
Safe sleep.
Okay. I'm like,
and we have T-shirts for our babies now, and they say turn me over on the back of them, so they're not sleeping on their stomach. So and you got my promotion partner over here listening to we need some onesies. We need some yellow onesies.
Yellow? They have yellow?
Well, we're doing it for our baby bump program because our colors are yellow and blue.
Okay. And we don't know, a lot of times women don't want to know the sex of their child. So that's why we do
neutral color.
Neutral colors. We figured yellow looks good on everybody.
It does.
Yes.
It does.
So
and it brightens our day.
If you want to donate some onesies, drop them off to 711 Belmont Avenue, Alta Behavioral Group.
Okay, but I didn't know they had like color, what I do, older ones, but I didn't see the infant.
Right, because our ones to go up to the age of 1. We're with the mom until their baby turns 1.
Oh, and then you drop them off.
Hey, we got to deliver them back. We got to make room for the next mama that's pregnant.
I heard that because the world is constantly evolving.
It's changing, yes. Everything is changing.
I got to have you ladies back on. I really, really do. Just to talk about social work and how do you deal, you know, because social work to me, the social worker, even at the schools, you know, that was if you needed direction, and different from the guidance counselor, but some people misinterpret the guidance counselor and the social worker. And we need to know the difference. So I got to have you back on. But tell me, what do you guys have coming up?
We have, well, we're doing a big Christmas thing. Good Christmas giveaway right now for our women. So anything that's donated that's new, we try to get it to our mothers. But in February of 2022, we are having a love luncheon for our mothers the week in before Valentine's Day. So I will gladly invite you ladies so you can come out and meet some of our women, smile, and invite them on your show. We can have a big old party.
We can have a big party. I'm gonna do an event I like to do those periodically to educate the community, but I want like a big, it's gonna be all women because I'm all about her, honor, courage, and respect. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna call you guys
And we'll be there.
back. Okay, somebody's gonna have to speak because it's coming. It's coming, so I'll let you know. Yeah, you know, give direction. Let's give the right direction. Let's build them up, because I'm all about encouraging, inspiring, and motivating people to do better. It did hurt my heart, the story that you shared with the young lady working as a manager at McDonald's. And I know some people who have that mindset, and I want more. We want more, but my mother told me, I was so furious and frustrated. I'm like, no, and blah, blah, blah. She said, Mel, you cannot tell people what they're going to do. But when you see so much more potential in someone,
Right.
and then they don't see it in themselves, it frustrates me to no end. But I had to learn. I don't even think I just listened to my mother out of respect. It was like, all right, forget it. But it bothers me because I know what they can do. And it's like, whatever it is, especially when you have little children, if you see something, instead of telling them to stop, sit down. If you have a child that's jumping and flipping all over, hone in on that. Put them in gymnastics. Don't tell them to stop. If you have a child that talks a lot like me, every single report card since I was in school said talk too much in class. Well, look what I do. You know? See?
I met with Georgianne and her sister yesterday for lunch. And her sister told me, this one right here, her mouth. She said her mom used to always say, girl, shut up. Just shut up.
Hone in on that. Give her a microphone. That's all we got to do.
Because if I see something wrong, I'm going to speak out against it. I can't help it. I guess it's my upbringing in the church.
There it is. And guess what, though?
We're always on the front row of the church.
Don't use that as
fighting
don't use
for
that.
what was right in Youngstown.
Yeah, here's the thing.
True. That is true.
But listen to this. I heard an older friend of mine told me her mother said this. Her mother has since passed on. She said, because I was that way, very boisterous. Saying nothing is approval.
Right.
Now, when I see something, somebody says something about somebody that I know is inaccurate, I can't sit there and let that go, because that means that, oh, I agree with you. No, that's not true. That's not that person. That's not my experience with that person. So don't just slander somebody, you know, but that's just me. If it's wrong, it's wrong. So I'm not mad at you, Georgianne, at all.
Our women just want somebody to listen to them.
That's it.
Show them just a little bit of empathy. That's it. You know, have some respect for the people that are coming to you for assistance, and don't keep referring them to other people. Listen, and then maybe you can really help them.
Because that's frustrating. That's frustrating just for something minor, like a call. Press 1. Oh, hold on, you want that? And then they're not even hearing you. They click you to the next one. You're like, wait a minute. Yes, people do want to be heard. Everyone wants to be heard. So yeah, listen, and you can learn something from every single person, and you do not have to have a degree to teach someone something. I just got to say that drives me bananas. And it's like somebody can give you some profound information, and then I had that happen. Then they came to me. I was like, well, she told you. You know, I'm like, come on. Like, it's just because you read a book and took a test does not mean that you know more than somebody who actually experienced it.
Right. And the saddest part about that is you can get the paper, but you know nothing about the community in which you work. You can't come out of college and think that this job is going to be exactly what they taught you. Baby, you got to put your big shoes on and run in these streets.
You got to put your panties on too.
Yeah, big ones, granny ones, the big granny panties.
Yep.
Just to absorb the sweat of running in the street, to tell the word, look, spread the word, okay? Don't come with no little thong on thinking you're going to sit there, you're going to do 2 houses. We need you to be ready. All right, ladies, thank you. We're getting ready to get into our next segment.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much.
Bye.
Thank you so much for coming on.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye. Our next segment is the Hot Topics. Nick, you ready?
I'm ready.
She ready. All right. So we're having a conversation. And the conversation was about, let me plug that in, make sure that's in. Deal breakers deal breakers. When you are dating someone, and this is going to take it back, when you are dating someone, do you tell them off top your deal breakers, or do you wait? And listening audience, I want to know, I want to hear from you. 619-902-2287, 619-902-2287.
I tell them off top.
Go ahead. You tell them off top what your deal breaker is?
Yeah, because I mean, if you can deal with it, then we can roll. Now, however, later on, if you decide to flip flop, then yeah, we'll have to deal with that, and that's up to me whether I'm gonna continue to deal with you or let you go. But I think it's better just to tell that person off top, because you save a lot of wasted time that way.
Child, yes, you do. I notice, like, when people are younger, a lot of people just want to be in a relationship, so they just go for the okie doke, and then they want to change the game up, and then they're upset and shocked. Like, wait a minute, what happened? And Doc King, I call him, my relationship guru, he was like, you got to come back to the table and say, okay, this is what I require, this is what I need. Like me, a deal breaker for me, and some people feel, well, I don't even care what other people feel, because this is me. The deal breaker for me is, if you don't like feet, that's a deal breaker. We could just be cool, because I like foot massages. But you have those that'll actually say, oh, okay, oh yeah, and they really don't like it, and they just do it to try to get you. That's a deal breaker for me. I'm so serious, deal breaker for. So at this age, I know, and there are those out there at this age that will not tell the truth. They just want the relationship, and they're frustrated in the relationship. And I bring this up just because of a whole, you see Jada back out there in the street talking.
I wish she would shut up. She really needs to shut up. She can't, her red table talk, don't give no advice, because boo-boo, clearly the advice you giving, you ain't taking. Shut up.
That you like, oh. So the deal breaker, at what age do you say this is what it is? And should you tell them on the first date or the second date?
Will should have known all that on the first date. Period, point blank.
I think you just liked her.
We don't know what was discussed beforehand, what they went through, what happened, and maybe this is his get back from whatever he went through with the first wife, doing, because he was clearly doing too much with the first wife, because I think he admitted that beforehand. You know, so it might be his get back finally. I don't know, but them deal breakers should have been discussed beforehand. But with them two, you don't know.
Do you think that he stayed, or they went through their little issues, but do you think he actually just stayed there because his first marriage failed and he didn't want it to be him? Because I know a lot of men that'll be like, they don't want the I told you so.
Because now he's feeling like reportedly feeling like, all of his relationships have failed, and he's feeling down on himself now. Listen, you just married a freak. Y'all was doing freaky stuff, and now it's coming back on you. People finding out y'all little freakish ways, and now she really out there, because how are you talk about you addicted? She was addicted to porn, and then had her 11-year-old child watching it.
Oh, wait, what happened now?
Yeah, I saw that too. Allegedly, we got to cover ourselves. Allegedly, she said she was addicted to porn, and that Willow was exposed to hardcore porn at age 11. But that's why them kids are screwed up in the head, because they was doing stuff and letting them be free and this and that. Instead of being a parent, they was being a friend. Baby, you're the parent, not the friend. Friends are out there in the street. You are the parent. Now, once your children are older,
now she's talking about she addicted to porn. What do you think she really is addicted to porn? Kind of like what Joe Budden's talking about. He bisexual, and his girl's like, he's absolutely not. He's just trying to be relevant. Do you think she just say this stuff just, I don't know, out of boredom? Because somebody give her a role, something.
If she was messing with her son's friend, then yeah, probably.
Oh, so you think, remember Dave Chappelle played Alan Payne's brother in Jason's Lyric? Was that Jason's Lyric? No, Jason's Lyric, yeah. Remember when that brother was off the chain? That was Dave Chappelle, right?
What's his name? Bokeem Woodbine. I think that's his name.
Oh, that's what it was. He looked like Dave Chappelle. I thought that was Dave Chappelle. That wasn't him. Okay.
Bokeem Woodbine or whatever. Yeah,
What he said to her, he ain't trust her.
he didn't trust her.
They should have just listened to that. That's what.
Exactly.
Will, you should have watched Jason's lyrics.
She played a couple characters where she was questionable and or to either it was hitting on the truth, or she played it so good she just kept playing it in her everyday real life.
What's your thoughts on people who are married and are in bad relationships?
Listen,
I ain't done. Look at you, right? You already know what I'm gonna ask. Are in bad relationships and stay for other people. They stay for other people.
This is my third marriage, I'm feeling like Elizabeth Taylor now.
Go, girl. Where your pearls? Where your white diamonds?
Yeah, that is not a good thing. Please, people, let it go. If it's not working anymore, let it go. It's not worth it because it's only going to drive you crazy. Trust me, been there, done that. My first marriage, I went through with it knowing he wasn't about nothing, but I went through it because of the other girls and the baby mama that was causing all kinds of drama while we was going together. So I went through it.
So wait a minute. Let me get this clear. So you were dating and you were dealing with all the shenanigans and the baby mamas and all that, and you still married him. Why? I really want to know this question.
Point. This is why I'm able to talk about this, to prove a point to them and certain family members, because they like, he ain't gonna marry her anyway. I had his one cousin was supposed to be in the wedding. Oh yeah, cuz I got you. I'm gonna go get feeling this and that. Never did do it. And then finally, when me and him, the first one, got married, his cousin apologized to him and to me. It was like, I really didn't think you was gonna marry her. That's why I would always spinball her every time I would talk to her and tell her, yeah, cuz I'm gonna go get fitted fur tux. And then the baby mama was with drama at the time. Now me and her are very good friends now.
Wait. Let's stay right there. So the first marriage was to prove a point. Okay. Yes. Now the second marriage.
I did love him, but he turned out to be too free with his willy.
Okay, got you. Now, were those behaviors exhibited prior to the marriage?
Truth be told, yeah.
That you know.
That I know, yeah, because I had some chick, one of the baby mamas that he claimed that wasn't a baby mama, come knock on my door one day looking for him because
that was where we lived. That was prior to the marriage.
Prior to the marriage, when we were
started talking. Okay, wait a minute. And you still married him? Why?
Afterwards, because he promised me that he wasn't doing anything, and then what I was told, that girl that knocked on my door, he really wasn't with her like that. He had been with her prior before we had got together, but she was just crazy, and she almost got her head knocked clean off her body.
Okay, but wait, let's stick to the issue.
But
so, okay,
at the time,
I wouldn't have. I respect you on that one because I wouldn't go off of what somebody else said.
Right. So but at the time when we finally did get together, we were together. Besides when he's at work, we were together all the time.
Okay, so you didn't see anything.
So I didn't see anything because we were together at that point. It wasn't until the couple later on in the marriage he wanted to start after 5 years in the marriage, then he wanted to start crazy. That's
so tell me this: were you afraid to start a new relationship?
Yes, I was. I really was. And this third one, the third marriage, I wasn't looking for it. I just happened to see him one day, and I was just like, my cousin happened to know who it was because I had told her, I was like, you just missed this guy that walked in here. And then when I finally pointed him out, she was like, oh, I know who that is. You know, she was like, me and my cousin were out one day. And
I don't want to know her story. I don't want to know her story. No, I want you to tell me this. So, did he come up to you or did you go to him?
The second time I saw him, I just stared at him and he was like, what I do? So we started talking from there. But I was just staring.
So do you think that people now, and we're a little older, so we know what we want. Before, back in the day, women didn't approach men, men approach women. And then to my understanding, talking to a few guys being hunters, they didn't like the women coming to approach them. They felt that it was aggressive, where there are some who feels like they like women to come to them because they're shy. So right now, this day and age, where do you think we are? Should we go approach who we are interested in, or should we just wait 25 years or to see them again for them to come to us? We're not talking about DMs or inbox. We're talking about face to face.
Face to face. That's kind of hard because, like you said, there's still some guys who are that old fashioned, don't approach me, let me approach you, even though it might take them forever. And then you have those guys like, if you don't come and say something to them, up, opportunity missed, I'm on to the next. So it's kind of hard. You have to judge body language and at least get to know that person on a friendly level first. Hey, how you doing? Just start speaking like that. Hey, how you doing? You know, speak. And then gradually get into a conversation. You'll get to know that person. And then if you're still interested in that person, or you know he's the type that like for somebody to come up to him, then you approach and be like, you know what? I started speaking because I was feeling you know what. But if you know that person is not not that type that wants you to just continue to speak and let him come to you if he wants to talk to you. So I think nowadays there's nothing wrong with being cordial and speaking and starting on that level. Don't show any interest. If you're interested, fine, but just start speaking. Like, hey, how you doing? There's nothing wrong with a simple little, hey, how you doing? How was your day? How was your week? Little questions here and there, and just speak, being cordial. Nothing wrong with that. People act like there's something wrong. If you speak, they looking at you like, why is she speaking to me? Or why he's speaking to me? No, if somebody is just speaking, just speak. Start with that.
I think that once you hit a certain age, I don't think that it's anything wrong with knowing what you want. Honestly.
No, it's not.
I remember seeing my first husband, cold. He was minding his own business. And I was with my homegirl, Carmen. And I was like, 3 o'clock. Oh, you remember that back in the day? I was like, 3 o'clock. And she was like, and we never seen him before. I was like, who is that? Intrigue. Because honestly, fellas, if you're listening, please know that we don't want nobody that everybody done been with either. We don't want that guy either.
Right. Just like y'all don't need to do we. But see, that's the thing. And I want to know where fellas get their way of thinking. It's okay for you to be, like I said, free with your willy. But then you butt hurt if you find out the woman is out there doing her thing. Why? Why do you think that we have to keep ourselves boxed in for you and all dainty while you out there doing you, and you think we supposed to? Because don't nobody, like you said, you don't want nobody that everybody done ran up in. So what makes you think that a woman wants a man who done stuck his stuff in everybody? Because everybody ain't plain.
You ain't lying. There's certain people I won't follow. They'll be like, oh, why don't you give me a chair? And you find out they was something, you're like, nah, I'm cool. You are totally in the friend box, because I'm not trying to follow that. It's so interesting because you'll have different, how the perception or the perspective of, how we look at things. If you are with somebody and we like, never, and you already put yourself up here, I pray that everyone puts themselves up on a pedestal because you are so worth it, okay? And then you find out you done been with somebody that you be like, oh, and you know the background. Well, guess what? There's a lot of women that are like, no, I'm not stupid. I'm not knocking myself down 3 pegs, because that's exactly what happened when you follow certain people. You be like, oh, okay, I thought I was, I'm with the elitists. You know what I mean? Whoever the elitist is that whoever you think they are. But then you find somebody, you be like, oh, I wouldn't even hang with that person. And you dated them, or you date a messy person. No, I'm totally different from that. So there has to be some messiness in you that you actually was attracted to.
And see, I have somebody that's like that, that's like, oh dang, I can't believe you got married on me. No, because when I was feeling you, you was running around and everything, and then you got with one person, now y'all got a baby together. That would never happen even if I wasn't married. Now because of that person that you ran up in, well, she got me when I was, I don't care. Well, because you the type of person that this and that, and I really did put you on a pedestal, and I was out there doing me, and I didn't want to bring you in there. Well, then that's your problem.
Well, I appreciate it. Thank you. You know,
Thank you.
but to touch base on what you were saying regarding, like, piggybacking off of what I said regarding the guys who sleep with everybody. Here's what's interesting. Like you said, then they want the air quotes I'm using, the nice girl, the sweet girl. But here's what's interesting. So you don't want somebody out there that's experienced because she a hoe. No, I don't want her. I want you as my wife. And then you cheat on your wife and say you boring in the bedroom. Well, she don't know. I'm like, so which way you gonna go here?
Right, exactly. You got, whatever you like, you got it goes both ways. If there's something you like and you with this person and you know they're not used to it, teach them that. This is what I like. This is what I want.
Right, you out here got experience on everything, and then you mad that the wife at home don't know how to do all of that.
No, you have to teach the wife at home or the husband at home that. I want to experience. Yes, I've been out there with other, but I want to experience it with you because you are my spouse. I want to experience this with you. This is what I like. You have to go about it that way. This is what I like. And then of course, spouse, because it could go either way, husband or. In order to keep your marriage fresh and to keep your spouse inside the marriage and not creeping out, get out of your comfort zone. If you know what your husband or your wife likes, you may not be comfortable doing it, but they're wanting to do it with you. So get out of your comfort zone. And I had to learn that. Get out of your comfort zone and do things that you know satisfy them, especially if you want them to reciprocate. If there's something they don't like to do, but they are willing to do it because you are the spouse and they're trying to keep you happy. I mean, because you know how the saying is, happy wife, happy life. It goes both ways. You got to keep each other happy. You got to keep it spontaneous. You have all of that. You just keep the marriage spiced up to keep that person there and not, but then you have some natural dogs, and not only men, because this ain't going to be a jump on the man session. I'm not going to do that. I can, but I won't. This goes both ways. You have some that just not going to be satisfied no matter what. You can do every nasty dog, dirty thing that they like that you aren't comfortable with, but to please your mate, and they still won't go out there anyway because that's in their nature. That's when it's time to bow out. I've done everything you asked me to do, even though I wasn't comfortable with it, to keep you pleased, but you still want to go out there. It's time to go, man. You got to go. Or woman, you got to. Bye. I'm good on you.
Right. It is time to go. And you be like, I'm out. Now, for better or for worse. What's your thoughts on for better or for worse? I think we already know, but you be like, deuces, I'm out.
Been through worse. Yeah, I've been through worse, and I tried to stay and I tried to work it out. But again, if worse is going to be repeated, then it's time to bow out gracefully. Now, if they do it once, I might give you twice. They learn from that mistake, and y'all can, talk about it. And
where you go? Okay, she froze, so I'll continue. Usually when you have like your first marriage, you do everything that you need to do. After that, you like the second one. I just don't think people are that invested. You say you're invested, and it's like, okay, we'll spend the rest of our lives forever.
I'm not on my third.
There you go.
Wait,
go ahead.
Okay, there you go.
Yeah, it froze up on us. I was like, you were froze. I was like, okay, I'll continue. But what I was saying while you were off, froze, stuck. I said, I find that like the first marriage, you do everything that you can do. And then like the second one, the spouse has to pretty much prove the loyalty. You know, even though you're like, okay, I don't mind spending the rest of my life with you. I plan on it, blah, 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 all is well. But you still have those warning signs and you side eye and you watching those red flags. So the second guy, in my case, you know, you kind of, and it's sad and it's unfair. It's like, okay, I'm watching. Not that you bring that baggage from the previous relationship, but you do.
Yeah, you really do. It's hard not to.
Yeah, because it's life, it's emotion. And if you feel like you were hurt, you're like, okay, I don't want to experience that again. So this is what I'm gonna do. You know what I mean?
Right.
I look at them and I really feel, you know, they're still together, but they're not. But I guess they stayed together. And that's why they said it's really rare to find a Hollywood couple, talking about Jada and Will, that stayed together so long through Hollywood. But now we know why, because she's putting it all out on the red table. And I ain't lying. If I was him, I would toss that red table out in the backyard. But like, you know what, we're not gonna be talking about my relationship, our relationship. You just do you. But if they split, it'll be understood. And it won't be like, okay, Will, you didn't do your part, because he went over and beyond for her. Because remember, everybody was loving Will Smith. And then it was her and her shenanigans, and he was sticking by her side, that actually, you know, everybody just kind of left Will alone until he went on and did his thing. And he was like, this is my wife, you know, he kept wanting to put her in the forefront, especially after he did Independence Day.
Right.
Okay, we're talking about you. Her, okay, she does her thing and that's it. But she wanted the attention and wasn't receiving the attention, and she tried to deflect and put it all on him. I was like, girl, if you don't take that aluminum foil, holding that aluminum foil up to the sun to kick back at him, leave, take the heat. You take the heat. Quit, you know, putting it on him. And I think it was unfair. I just thought that that was unfair. Do you have recurring dreams?
I used to.
What was yours?
I can't even remember now. I just know
Thank God.
It would continue from where it left off. And I'd be like,
what?
But yeah. When I was young, I used to have a recurring dream. Or if you ever had one of those dreams where you like all of a sudden just falling off the sky and you jump, yeah, I've had those too. Like I'm doing something, all of a sudden I'm falling out in the sky, just falling. Girl, yeah, my whole stomach be like, that's why I don't like roller coasters to this day.
I was talking to, well, actually, yeah, a few coworkers and I were talking yesterday about recurring dreams. And my recurring dream that I have is that my teeth are falling out. And it's been since I was about like 7 years old.
Wow.
And it just keep recurring. Now, I used to have, when I was younger, I don't like walking barefoot, but I used to dream over and over that I was walking on rocks, a hill of rocks, barefoot. And then look, they went to church, right? And I sat there and interpreted my own dream. The rough side of the mountain, they started singing it. That's what I said. I said, oh, I'm walking up the rough side of the mountain. I was like, oh, okay. You know, and that went away.
I used to walk around with those shoes on when I was younger, and yeah, I'd be outside with my friend, my best friend too, because we both had rocks in our driveways, and we used to run across. I had the big ones, she had the little pebbles. I had the big rocks. You know, them things hurt. We would always be running across the rocks like nothing, running in the grass. Now I got to where even in my house I have to wear slippers. It's just I cannot have my barefoot touching the ground anymore. I was like, yeah, because I did it so much when I was younger.
Look, okay. So I looked it up to see, what does it mean when you dream your teeth are falling out? Okay, it says life transitions. This type of dream echoes any emotional disturbance you may be experiencing as you or your environment is going through a period of change.
Oh, okay.
I'm like, I had change. Maybe I was going to the 3rd grade. That was a change. You know, since I was in the second. You said you dreamt you was falling out of the sky or falling off of a building. Which one? Just the sky? What? Which one?
All of a sudden, I'm doing something. All of a sudden, I'm in the sky just falling. Like free fall. Like, yeah.
Oh, okay. Let's see what it says for yours. If you're dreaming about plummeting through the sky, usually equates a feeling of being out of control in some aspect of your waking life. Listen, this is, I'm not a psychic, I'm not a dream interpreter, I'm just reading, okay? That's all I'm doing, I'm reading. So that's just it. I'm like,
Out of
That's
control.
different,
Yeah,
isn't
I
it?
can see that. In some aspects of my life, I definitely
Just free
one time I'm
falling.
gonna be able to do something. Yeah.
Listen, hey, it's money and everything. It's money and everything because we want to know. Look at me looking to see what these people had to say about what my dreams are. So we the one of my coworkers, she said that hers was that bugs was crawling on her. And she actually got scarred. It was a dream. She actually got scarred. Oh, and wait, it was that one, and then it was one where she thought she had a home invasion because she experienced it. So that's like a nightmare. And she has a wound to prove it. The scars, rather. Not a wound because it's healed, but the scars.
Wow. I had a home invasion and it scared the crap out of me.
Did you have dreams after?
At first, but because that was the first time anything ever happened to me like that. Thank God I wasn't really asleep and I kept hearing something. I'm glad it was because, and it was with the first husband, we would have been dead because when I turned around and what made me, because I kept hearing something and I was like, what am I hearing? And then, I lived in an apartment building and people upstairs, they were always making noise or whatever. So I'm like, maybe it's them. And then I hear it again. And finally I heard this click. When I heard the click, I turned around, my hallway light was on, and the first person that was headed towards the room had a wooden baseball bat. It was the second person who turned behind him, turned the hallway light on. I start yelling. My husband jumped up. He was all disoriented. He didn't know what was going on. So they ran. How they got in was, for some reason, I think there was a ladder that, the landlord had left outside of, on the ground. And, even though I was on the first floor, our windows were kind of high. And I had a window that was not locked, and I had a bunch of boxes up under that window. So they climbed in the window and climbed on the boxes to get down. So they came through one spare bedroom. On the way out, they went through the kitchen. They grabbed purse, they grabbed a jacket, they grabbed the prescription pills and everything because I had Vicodin, because I had just had some tea pulled or something. And yeah, had I not turned around, though, I would not be here now because they were intending on beating our brains in. I don't know who these people are. I don't know why they came to my house.
Wow.
It was scary. It was scary. I never had to experience anything like that before, and I haven't since then, thank God. But I thank God because, had I not been, if I'd have been, because I'm one of them sleepers, them type of sleepers that'll sleep through a storm, a tornado, anything. I don't hear nothing when I'm asleep. A train can run through the house and I won't hear it. That's when I became a light sleeper. That's when all of a sudden it clicked for me and I became a light sleeper.
Okay. So that's
So
how,
that
that's like PTSD.
I know exactly how she feels because that is the scariest thing to ever experience. And then if she's having a recurring dream like that, like you said, that's PTSD. That's traumatizing. Very.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine anything at all like that. Did you see, wait a minute, remember last week we were talking about, was that last week? Yes, last week we were talking about the movie where Alex Baldwin accidentally killed the cinematographer. Remember our theories regarding, I was like, that seemed like it was a setup. Remember, it was the union, all of that. Now that's coming into play. I was like, oh, look at there. So now they're investigating it because some people feel as though it was sabotage, like what we were talking about.
Yeah, like, Janet Hubert, the original Aunt Viv.
What Aunt Viv talking about now?
She said the same thing we said. She think it was either a setup to sabotage because of what the union was going through, or she
show is not safe.
Set up for him.
Oh,
it had something to do with him, and so, but that is so.
That is awful. to do something like that. I really don't think that they probably thought it. This is my thoughts because I still feel the way that I feel. We both was like, bullet, come on. You know what I mean? I just feel like it was, you know, they were complaining about the unsafe environment and all that other stuff and people not being there, not enough staff, you know, and trying to prove a point, and that girl killed.
Right.
That life should be on whoever. If they sabotage that life needs to be on them.
On them, exactly, because now you've proven your point, but at the cost of someone else's life. You took somebody's daughter, you took somebody's sister, you took somebody's wife, you took somebody's mother. She has young kids.
And that was horrific.
That girl ought to eat show behind alive.
Yeah, her husband is now suing as well. Her husband is now suing. Earlier in the show, we had two social workers from Alta. And I really appreciated them coming on, and they were talking about the color therapy. Did you catch that part?
No, I didn't get a chance.
They were talking about they do art, you know, do counseling.
Oh, yes, I did the art therapy. Yes.
Yes. And I don't know if you remember when we did certain colors and what they're for, and when you wear certain colors. That's why I sat there. I was trying to go back on my old notes. I was like, this is like 5 years ago. I don't have that kind of time. But I do want to let the lovely people know red is for energy, passion, and, you know, some say danger. And they say danger because it's so noticeable that's why your car insurance is so high with the red cars. And they give you energy. You speak. You're like, hey, I got this on. When you put on that red dress or you rocking some red, you walk in the room, all eyes are on you. Then you have orange. Orange is for creativity, enthusiasm, bright, fun, all that good stuff. Purple, we know purple, even, you know, you see like the purple cloth on the cross at churches, spirituality, luxury, and also they have it as a mystery. They say the Bible is a mystery. So
royalty. Purple.
Yeah, well, we know that off top. We know that off top, right? We know the most royal, okay? Pink. Now, pink, you know, more guys are wearing pink now, and they say it's for romance, playfulness, you know. I like it. They say femininity, and a lot of guys are rocking the pink to show their feminine side, like, and they say real men wear pink. You remember that phrase that was going on? And it's like, you could just rock it. If that's how you feeling soft today, go ahead and feel soft, do you. Now brown, you know, and it is like the fall. So I just want to touch base on brown. Brown is for wholesomeness, warmth, honesty. Now, when you see somebody with brown on, what do you think? Do you think?
Yeah, I don't think about honesty.
Me either.
Especially the outfit is cute. Ooh, I like that outfit. That's real cute on you.
I don't even notice brown like that. I don't.
Right.
Because that's just
it's like more of an earthly tone to me.
Warmth and just boom. So, all right, let's do this because I want to see your reaction real quick, okay? So, you're at a party and each person, they come to you and approach you. Or no, they don't approach you. They come in the room and you're looking at everybody and you're greeting, you're hosting this event and you're greeting everyone. Tell me this. So if you see somebody in pink, approachable or non-approachable?
Approachable.
Okay. Purple, approachable, non-approachable?
Approachable. That's
really?
My favorite color.
Okay.
My favorite color.
So you're thinking that those people are approachable. Okay. Green for nature, growth, harmony, but wealth and stability with green. So you see somebody rocking all green, approachable or not? Come on, first thing, come on. We're trying to do this experiment.
I probably have to look at their face to see.
Okay. Okay, orange, approachable, non-approachable? Approachable. Okay, yellow is for the smiles, lovely people. Approachable, okay. See, that was totally like, boom. Okay, red, approachable, non-approachable?
Approachable, because I think about love. Like red associated with art and love, and yeah, you know, okay. Valentine's Day color.
Oh, okay, I can see that. Pink, I watch your facial expression. Pink was a definite. Purple was a definite. Orange was a definite, yellow was a definite, brown.
I don't know. I mean, because like you said,
Yeah, okay, good. That's good. Let me tell you why. Let me tell you why. That's pretty good, because your browns, when somebody with brown come in, do you even see them? Or do they approach you?
right, exactly.
They usually approach it.
I really wouldn't notice unless I'm like actually paying attention. I probably wouldn't notice them.
You would notice their
Because
face first.
colors is not noticeable unless, like I said, if they got a cute outfit on. Then I would, notice that. If the outfit is like one of those, like, dang, I got to have that, then I would. But other than that, no, probably not.
Okay, because like the brown, if you don't want to be seen and you just kind of want to lay low, you rock your brown. If you want to be seen, you wear your red. Now, I did this same thing on 2 other people. And the red, they said not approachable. They have to read the person first and watch them. Green, they said not approachable. They have to, so it's pretty similar on there. Pink, they said, yeah, but they didn't really pay that much attention to them. So you're looking at the ones, and purple, they said they'll watch as well. Right. And so I thought that was kind of interesting. It's like I have to watch and read them first before I go and approach them. Here's the thing, those are your confident colors.
Oh, okay.
I didn't do black on purpose. I didn't do black. Yeah.
Because if you'd have said that, I'd have been like, I dang sure gotta watch them.
Yeah. I didn't do
black. Because you never know.
I didn't do black on purpose. But usually the red, green, and purple, those are your confident colors. And those are the ones that they find they have to read the room first. They said they got to see how they, fraternize with other people. I need to see them talk to other people, then go. And it told me about them as well. And it's like, okay, you're an observer, which is really good, which is really, really good. Because that shy person is not just going to go pick up a whole red outfit.
Right.
The shy person is not somebody to talk them into it.
Right. A shy person or somebody that, like you said, that don't want to be seen, they are going to be as mundane as possible. Unnoticeable. They're not going to wear any flashy color. They're not going to have no big fancy outfit that's going to make somebody notice them, because we are people of fashion. We like it. But I know you always, head to toe. So you're going to notice something fashion fly, something that's going to make you be like, I want that outfit. They're not going to do that. A shy person, they want to be under the radar. So yeah, right about that.
I thought it was good. I was like, let me see. I'm gonna do this on Nick to see what she say. So you're purple, but see, purple your color too.
Yeah.
And I wanted to ask you, because knowing your personality, I was like, let me see what's going on. But with remember Steve Harvey wore that whole green suit? That green, oh, shut it down. That was laid out.
Yeah,
that was laid out. So if he came into the room with all that green, I would actually be like, that's sharp.
Yes, because that outfit was saying something. You hear me? But
Steve
Harvey always did dress nice.
Yes, but I like
he always did, no matter what, and he could rock any color. And that's one thing about that crazy man right there. He can rock anything and make it look good. And it's just because of his personality. You could tell if you're around him that you ain't gonna do nothing but laugh. Not because he's a comedian, that's a given, but just because of his personality when he's doing the the game shows, or when he was doing the other shows, or his his own radio show. It's just his type of personality. You could tell, even if you didn't know that man was a comedian, just the type of personality he has. He's like one of those warm, inviting people that you can have a conversation with, hold any type of conversation, whether it be intelligent or whether it be something comical. He's just one of those types you could tell that you could be around him and talk to him about anything.
Right. No, that's the truth. You can. Because I feel it. I don't feel like remember on his show before they canceled it, they were saying he put out a note and he said that, don't talk to him before he goes out.
Yeah, we talked about that. But see, you're like that though, because when we get ready for the show, even with the play, you have to be in your zone and somebody says, you be like, I don't got time for that right now. I gotta concentrate. I gotta get ready. So you're like that. And it's like, we don't take offense to it because we know that's how you are, because you have to be in your zone to do what you have to do. So some people are just like that. I mean, they have to be in a certain zone, just like you don't want to hear certain stories because you're like, no, I need to be uplifted. I don't want to hear that right now. I'll talk to you later. That's just how some people are, because some people that's just how they cue and do their thing. So
but you know what though, and not even really a but. You have to, and I understood what he meant. They were like, we can't even talk to him. Before we used to talk to him. You are crowding their mind, and I'm saying for me, you're crowding my mind with something that I'm gonna be thinking about where I can't focus on and deliver the way that I need to deliver.
Bring the energy down.
Oh my God! Depending on what it is, it will. It's a heaviness, and it's like, no, I need to go to myself. I'll sit there, boom, chill a little bit. Okay, I'm ready. My mind is free. Let's have a good time.
Right. And I had to learn that with you and be like, no, let me just talk to her afterwards. I'll call. We'll talk afterwards, because I already know, because she gonna be like, I ain't trying to hear that.
Right? Yeah, I want to hear nothing negative.
Right. Exactly.
And not that it's all. Yeah.
The beginning of the play, we was on stage cutting up, acting the fool and everything. You was like, y'all, I can't do all this right now. We need energy. Y'all gonna do what you go backstage. You was just like,
yeah, like, girl, you can't when you get ready to perform.
You had to be in that zone, and we was on that stage cutting up, having a good time. You was like, put a stop to all of that. Y'all go back in.
Yes, go back there, because you gotta set the environment. You
right, exactly.
Set the mode, set the environment, make sure everything is copacetic.
Some people took it personal, some didn't. And you just don't, like, this was your baby. You spent money on this, so you wanted it to be right. You needed it to be perfect. You needed it to be as close to the book as possible. So you needed for everybody to just calm down, because you needed to be in your zone. Like I said, anything you do, you have to be in your zone first. I've learned that about you.
I definitely do. Even when I used to coordinate fashion shows, they could not stand me. It was so funny, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, they would hire me to do these fashion shows, and I would do it. And it was okay. Dislike me if you like. My objective is to put on a great show. And at the end, like, I'm business. And at the end, once it's executed, I am so excited and proud, because when just like I was telling them earlier, when you know the potential of people, you can't, and being around me, if I know you can do better, don't half step. I need you to do better, because I want you to be the best you.
How many times have we heard that in practice as well? Mel wasn't having it. It'd be some days Mel shut it down and just be like, I can't, we not doing this. I know, nope, you do that better. And you be like, this is how I want it done. Boom, 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 boom. And you would get up there and do it yourself. And we be sitting there going, like little kids, okay.
you listen, I am, what is the 5 P's? Proper preparation prevents poor performance. And
you said that
all the time.
All the time.
Yeah, all the time.
I'm sitting here like, and I went, well, you put me, because I started theater when I was younger, and then like in college I started. But thank you, because being in you picking me for the play, and then that helped me open up a little bit more, even though I was in did plays and did things in college and was out there on stage. That kind of, and then like being around you and the preparation, everything, that kind of put me out there and helped me prepare for my next venture. And I am so excited, because we're supposed to be getting our script soon.
So excited for you too. Your girl Nick, your voice gonna be in a movie.
Thank you, because being around you has actually opened up opportunities for me that I never thought that would ever happen. So thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. I'm humbled. Thank you.
Because it just became official, even though I already knew about it. He just officially offered everybody, this week. So now we're waiting on a contract and our scripts. And I like, again, thank you.
I'm glad. I'm so see stuff like that. I like you get it out, and you know it takes you away from all the extra where you be like, oh my gosh, what's going on? It takes you away to a whole nother place. That's why I say keep the arts in school. It is so important. And if you want to do something, you know what I mean? I'm a firm believer of if it's something that you want to do it. Get out there and do it. And be the best at it. Don't half step. That's the thing.
Yeah, don't be afraid to experience something new. Like I said, out of your comfort zone, because it may be something that will help your future. You know, you never know.
Everything, every single thing that you experience in life will help your future one way or the other.
Let me put this out there again, because I know Mr. Dexter Jones. Call him Mr. Dexter Jones.
Oh yeah, he know.
I'm still waiting, sir. I got you. I got you. Let me know I'm there.
All right, we got 2 minutes. Colin Kaepernick, black and white. Colin, black and white. Did you see that?
No, I keep hearing it's good, so
Please.
I have to.
Please watch it. I encourage everyone to watch it. That's the 12 o'clock siren. I'm supposed to be off, but I'm gonna put this out here real quick. I gotta talk about Mel's medical moments real quick. Diabetes this month. The month of November is Diabetes Awareness Month. So I want to give you some signs, okay, real quick. Pee more often, being thirsty, dry mouth, itchy skin, blurred vision. You got so many, fatigue, hunger. I want to say this though, real quick, while that goes on, I apologize, but just hear me clear. You have people, and it's easier said than done when you hear people say, oh, I'm a diabetic. They're like, all you got to do is just diet and exercise. All you have to do is just diet and exercise. Let me say this, fatigue. That's a real thing. So yeah, it's easy to diet and exercise for somebody who has the energy, but when your blood sugar is high, you are tired. So
you don't have to.
Right, so take that into consideration. If you find yourself that you are thirsty more or hungry more than usual, go ahead, get checked out, call your physician. Better safe than sorry, because I'm gonna tell you something, I'm one that loves sandals and I ain't got time for my toes to be gone, okay? And I don't want no ulcer at the bottom of my feet. It's important for you to check your feet, and each week I'm gonna give you something to do. Look, I'm gonna give you some homework. Check your feet, check them. You know, some people feel as though the pedicures are, you know, so expensive. It's good to take care of your feet, but I want you, even if you go and get a pedicure, you need to make sure that those tubs that they use are thoroughly clean. That's important, okay?
A lot of them nowadays are using the plastic, especially after COVID. They're using that plastic, and
I like it.
Once you are done, they take it out, clean it out, and then
I like that. Even before, you know, I like to see that because I'm, you know, how I'm a germaphobe anyway. But check your feet, check your feet. Make sure you dry in between your toes. That is a telltale sign, and some people don't look at it as that. Okay. Drinking water more than you used to. You're like, oh, I do not like water, but you keep drinking it. Check it out. Check it out. Again, our guest today, it was Najeebah Muhammad, and I call her Georgine Bell, the social workers. Thank them for coming on. The phone number to reach them is 330-623-1633 if you want to know about the baby bump program that they have, okay? And it is, I want to say, Ulta Care Group. I don't have it in front of me right now, so I apologize, but it will be listed below. If you know someone who is pregnant, they have programs for them. Just call, reach out, give a number, let them, you know, if somebody is afraid to reach out, and if that is your friend, just go ahead, give them your friend's number and let them call and reach out and just talk to the person. Some people feel as though, okay, I'm not begging for anything, I don't want to seem needy. Listen, we all needy. Go ahead and get what you can get so you don't have to pay for it all, okay? Or somebody else will get, or throwing a baby shower hoping you get certain things. Pampers are very expensive. I remember those days. I couldn't wait till mine got potty trained. Now they grown 26 and 23. I was like, whoo, when is this gonna be over? So shout out to you, Charlotte Ross, for taking that on. She did all the Pampers. So listen, to this day, look, they 26 and 23 now. I'm still grateful. That stuff saved us a lot. So I truly appreciate her. Also, oh, okay, yeah, I see you, Missy. Purple's her favorite color. I heard that. I want to tell you guys, yeah, I want to tell you guys again, if you see that there's a need in someone that you know that may need assistance, the Ulta Baby Bump program goes up to age 1. So the beginning phase, okay? You got to rest them, take care of your baby. They got their starter kit, okay? If you need anything.
And also, if you would like to donate yellow onesies, please
Yes,
do.
I'll do
711
that after.
Belmont
Wait,
Avenue.
wait, 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 I'll do that after because I got to stay focused on here. So please, if you know someone that may need assistance, the phone number is 330-623-1633. Again, 330-623-1633, or you can reach out to myself or Nick, and we'll make sure that we get you in contact with the right person. They also offer transportation. They assist with rent. Listen, assist with rent, not pay it up to 12 months, okay? But if you feel like you are in need, please reach out. There's so many programs out there. There is no reason for any pregnant woman to feel like she's doing it alone. So they're there for you. They are, THEY apostrophe RE, there, THERE, for you. Let's make sure we got that right, okay? Because y'all know me, I be messing up that there, and there. Let's be clear. Again, that's the Ulta program. They have a Christmas party coming up, and they also have a Valentine's Day event coming up in February of 2022. And that is for, you know, the single mothers feeling, you know, some might feel lonely during that time. So they are having that program. All right, lovely people. That is my time. But I want to give you today's footnote. You see something, please say something. Don't let anybody suffer. We don't reach out to our neighbors anymore, just as we spoke earlier, because it's an empty lot next door to you. But if you see somebody in need, please say something or lead them in the right direction if you can assist them, okay? All right, so find you, embrace you, most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people. Oh, wait, Nick, say your part about the yellow onesies.
Oh, yes, please. They are in Ulta Care, their group, they're in need of yellow onesies. 711 Belmont Avenue, please drop them off. Donations for yellow onesies.
All right, thank you. One more time. Find you, embrace you, and most importantly, always, always love you. Until next week, people, you know what it is. ShopTalk.
Hey, we got it right.
Hey. Finally got it right. Yes, yes, yes. ShopTalkwithMel is the website. Follow us on all socials. Below, you'll have our website information if you would like to donate to the broadcast. The Cash App is there. PayPal was there as well. Y'all know Nick the Voice. And reach out. Let me see. Oh, compliments of my hat. Compliments of Shiro's hats. Thanks, Nick. You brought it up last week. I want to grab me one. I grabbed me one. Shiro's hats, and you can find her on Facebook. I'm big about supporting people, and it's reciprocated. So thank you, Anitra Hobbs. Anitra Liz Hobbs. Okay. So yeah, I'm all about sending the love. And I'm gonna say this as well too. And then I'm done. People, please, you keep reaching out, emptying other folks' cup. You want them to pour what they have into your cup, but you're not reciprocating that. You got to fill up their cup as well. It has to be reciprocated. Yep. You can't just pull. You know what I mean? Withdraw without putting in a deposit. So follow us below, and you can listen to our podcast on your favorite podcast station at Shop Talk with Mel. Again, check your girl out on YouTube. I don't know what's going on with the book, but we ain't got time to play. All right. Peace. I love you guys for listening.